Hey world, I hope anyone who's listening is doing well at this time. And if you're not doing well, I hope as time continues you do become well. And I hope things get better, and I hope you heal in all areas of your life that you need healing. And I hope you elevate and prosper on and you stay protected. I wanted to come on here and I wanted to talk a little bit because I'm just feeling really aggy, bothered, annoyed, angry, tired, exhausted, really, and just confused because I want to move to another level in my life for me and my sake, but I still don't know how to do it. And not only that, but it just feels like, how do you do it? And I know in the spiritual sense, it's not for you to know how. You just need to know that it's coming. And hopefully, as time continues with prayer and meditation, I can get to that point of just being stable emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically, and just knowing that it's coming to me and not worrying about the how. It's just, for right now, I am not, and I know that's okay too. So I wanted to come on here and just talk my feelings out. A lot of my videos is just me talking these things out because I don't really have friends, and I don't really have someone that I can trust with my thoughts, truly, and the things that I've been through. So this is a way for me to get it out, make sense of it for myself, and get it out into the world and out of me, out of my mind, out of my body, out of my spirit, out of my chakras, out of my home, literally and figuratively. The way this world is set up, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. And what happens when you don't know what to do? Because all you have is you. And I know people will say, no, how could you say that as a person who's spiritual? You know you have God. You know you have your ancestors of life who mean you well. And you know you have other spiritual beings that you can call on to help. But a lot of times it feels like I call and it's just an echo of my thoughts and feelings and words. And I don't know what to do. Because just when things seem like they're moving forward, there's a halt or there's a dead drop and I'm lost again. I'm on my ass again and I have to keep pushing forward. And the people who claim to be for me were never really for me and just used me. And it's like I'm tired of these same circles. It's like my life is a sigil of the same fucking patterns and the same fucking people, and it's like I've changed and I know I'm changing, but yet I can't get out of this fucking sigil that I feel, or should I say that I'm actually trapped in. Because if you feel it, you're feeling it for a reason, because it's happening. And I don't have friendships. And then when I do start having friendships, it's the same type of actions where they need me more than I need them. And I'm tired. I'm tired of being everyone's healer. I'm tired of being people's person to lean on. And I know for some people that may sound mean to say, but it's like when you're the one who's always coming in the clutch, but you know if the shoe is on the other foot, ain't nobody picking up the line for you. It makes you just frustrated and exhausted because it's like I gotta look after me. I have to be self-full for me. And it's not that I don't like you, and it's not that I don't wish you well or I want to see you thrive. It's just in the midst of me being that for you, where's my reciprocity? And I'm not at a point in my life where I'm around takers. Not now anyways. I've been very adamant on removing takers from my life indefinitely. It's the same thing. I got to be the one to help people. And I know I don't have to be the person to help people. I can always say no or fuck that shit and let them drown. But some people don't deserve to drown. And in this world, especially when you are a black woman, so many people are willing to let you drown. Because you're a strong black woman. You got this. Oh, and you're a strong, dark-skinned black woman. Oh, you definitely got that strength in you. And it's like, no, the fuck I don't. I'm human. I'm not your fucking superhero. I'm fucking human. And I wasn't created to be in this world, to be the motherfucker to carry everybody's woes on my fucking back and heal you. I'm not Jesus, bitch. I'm not fucking Jesus. And if I was, baby, I wouldn't have died on the cross, let alone take them lashes, let alone wear the thorn of crown. I wouldn't do none of that shit for no motherfucking body. And I'm just exhausted. And then work hasn't been the easiest for me. And I know some people will say, well, you're going to have a few bad days at work and this, that, and the third. But a lot of times I'm just I'm over this system. I'm over this capitalistic society that is always putting you through the fucking ringer. Always putting you on this fucking hamster wheel. Like, I just reached 1 year in my so-called job. I ain't seen no raise yet. And then, not only that, but even if it is a fucking raise, what is going to be? 10 cent, 35 cent, 50 cent? That's not a raise. And I still ain't even see it hit my check yet. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? This system is set up for you to be so fucking unhappy. And then we all contribute to this fucking system. And that's the shit that sickens me even more. And it's like, half of these jobs we work don't mean shit. Doesn't propel us forward. I remember I saw this TikTok video. Well, it was on IG, but I'm sure he had it on TikTok too, where he said a lot of us are just working and we don't even know what we're working for or working towards, because what we're working, the jobs that we're working is really just to keep a roof over our heads and food in our bellies. And I have talks with people from all walks of life, and it's always, for the most part, that same thing. Oh, I'm just trying to get by day to day, trying to get by day to day. And it's like, if all I'm focused on is trying to get by day to day and I don't plan for the future, I'm going to look up one day. And this is not just me, it's anybody and everybody. You're going to look up one day, see that a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years passed you by. And you're going to be so exhausted. You're going to be like, but I moved, I worked, I this, I that. Yeah, but everything was just so you could survive the next day. So technically you've been running in place. Running in this fucking hamster wheel. And the shit that irritates me the most is so many people are running in this fucking hamster wheel, and it's like, it don't matter. It doesn't fucking matter if you have a college education. It doesn't fucking matter if you are intelligent, well-spoken. Many of us are just running this fucking hamster wheel, running in place, and this shit is so fucking frustrating. Because it's like, where's my light at the end of this fucking tunnel? And then for me to save money, I have to do so much. Have to cut back on so much. I gotta eat ramen noodles, or I gotta do that. Well, I'm not eating ramen noodles. I'll be honest about that. Unless I want to. I'm gonna eat good. That's one thing I said to myself, I'm not gonna sacrifice. But it's like, you gotta make so many sacrifices just to see some money in the bank, because all motherfuckers do is pay you just enough. Just enough. Just enough. Just enough. And it's like, I'm fucking tired of just enough, bitch. I'm working for a corporation that's making millions on millions on millions, probably fucking billions easy. And you want to be penny pinching just so you can add more money in your fucking pocket, and you think a fucking certificate that's saying congrats on your 1 year of service, thank you so much, is enough? Bitch, are you dumb? Is it crack? Is it meth? Is it fentanyl? Are you dumb? And I'm just frustrated. I'm angry. I'm exhausted. Because I'm like, this system sets it up for you to just do that. Focus on your day-to-day. Focus on just surviving. And I'm fucking exhausted. This isn't okay. This isn't life. This is not what life should be. And I don't know how to escape it. And it's not for a lack of me trying to make connections. I remember back in the day, especially where I live in a fucking racist ass place where I would be, it didn't take for me to finally, when I became, this is a job that I had before I became a community organizer, that I realized, like, yo, a lot of these, it wasn't me. For so long in my life, I thought it was me. For so long in my life, I thought it was me. Well, maybe if I had the right degree, maybe if I did this, maybe if I did that. But the fact of the matter is, it wasn't till I had that job, before I became a community organizer, that I realized, nah, a lot of you motherfuckers didn't want me. You didn't want me. You didn't want me to have that position. You didn't want me to have that position. You liked me working under you. You liked me being in the lower position to grovel. You knew I was more than capable, but you didn't want to give me that shot. There were so many people in my life that after having that job, that I realized, like, you're not smarter than me. You're not better than me in any kind of fucking way. I don't give a fuck if you're white. No, you're not better than me. You're not smarter than me. You're not more capable. In fact, it's the other way around. I could do your job and mine with my eyes closed, rolling a blunt, and I don't even smoke like that. But you were put in place because you had people who wanted to see you win. You had people who reached out to you and gave you those connections because they wanted to see you win. And it was a hurtful feeling for me to finally realize, yo, I'm in the area and I'm around people who don't want to see me win. I remember when I was working that job, I was a citizens outreach specialist, going out, talking to people, get out and vote and all this other fuck shit. And maybe one day I'll tell you why I call it fuck shit. But I remember I spoke with a supervisor of mine, and she was like, yeah, I was up in New York. I was making $15 an hour. Barely could afford my rent, and I was living with my roommate, and she lost her job. She didn't want to work, and my dad was covering her rent so that I could be able to, have a roof over my head. And then the director, because of him working with her and being friends with her, even though he was down here in the South, he reached out and said, hey, this position opened up and I would love for you to be here with me working. And she moved, went from $15 an hour to $60,000. in a salary. And they've been, I think they're soulmates, honestly. It's not a romantic connection, but it's a really deep friendship, and he loves her and he really looks out for her. And he's the type of person, I see him as somebody who looks out for a lot of people when he likes you and cares about you. But seeing that, and even she one time said, you can do what I'm doing. And I thought to myself, yeah, girl, I know. Yeah, I know. And I could do it better too. And it wasn't me throwing shade, like I really could. It's just facts. But shout out to her for even being willing to say that to me. I had my issues with her, but eventually once I left, it got a lot better. I could work with her, but I can't work under her. The girl is not it. For me, as a boss, no. But it showed me, like, motherfuckers didn't want you to have that position. I remember when I was working in that setting, and I had a friend of mine, a so-called friends of mine, we're not friends now, an ex-backstabbing, bitch-ass, so-called friend of mine, who used to always say to me, oh my gosh, you're so talented. You should be so much further in life. Oh, if you put half of your energy into yourself like you do for other people and pouring life into other people, you would be so much further. And I remember I sat down with him one time and I had a conversation. I said to him, you know what? A lot of times I tried my best to make things happen, but many of people did not want me to get that top spot. I had a lot of people who would say to me, oh my gosh, you're so great, your work ethic is amazing, but anytime it came time for a position, for a pay raise, for a supervisor position, for a management position, I would be overlooked easy. And he looked at me and said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you went through that. Long story short, I got a promotion and I was a trainer just like him. Same pay rate and all. I'm a trainer like you. And this bitch ass motherfucker, this bitch ass Bugs Bunny buck-tooth motherfucker had the fucking audacity to, when I said that to him, smiled and appeared to be happy for me and giving me hugs. But he would throw shade a lot. And I used to think to myself, like, what is going on with you? Like, I hope you figure it out. But I'm not thinking nothing because I'm like, when I'm at work, I'm focused on work. I'm not focused on office politics. I'm not focused on how people vibe with me. I don't give a fuck. We're at work. Clock in, do your job, and clock out. Like, I'm not one of those. I learned the hard way. Having work friends is a waste of time as a black woman. For real, for real. And so, well, a waste of time for me in my experience. I don't know about other people. If it's good for you, mazel tov. Woo. Cheers. So then eventually he left that job and he went to another department. And then I found out from a friend of mine, he was like, yo, he wasn't happy that you had the job. And I'm like, really? And it clicked for me. It all made sense. And I believed him. Because I was like, he has no reason to lie to me. But also, it just made sense. His whole mood, his attitude, the fuck shit. I'm like, you're mad, motherfucker? You're mad? Meanwhile, I was getting numbers even before you were even thought about to be a trainer. I was getting numbers. Not only was I getting numbers, I was sacrificing some of my numbers to help his boyfriend out so he could make his quota and not get fired many a times. But that was my fault for being too friendly and not focusing on myself. But I had to learn. I'm in this predicament because motherfuckers don't see it for me. Motherfuckers don't want to see it for me. They don't want it. They don't want it for me. Even when I was a community organizer, same shit. Motherfuckers jealous of my work ethic, jealous of my gifts, jealous of my talents, jealous of my organizing, detail-oriented skills. Like, bitch, instead of being jealous, you can ask me for the help. Ho. This snaggletooth, ugly-ass bitch was my supervisor. Her name was Kelly. Real name, Kelly. I'm not going to ever not say her real name, because that's a bitch. Showed me so much hate. So much hate. One of the very first things she said to me was, "Oh, it's okay. You're new. I know you have nothing to contribute." But I had a whole lot to contribute, and the bitch was still aggy because of it. And that's the shit that I can't stand. And I feel like if I had the means to just get up and move to another location, get up and move to another state even, and restart my life, I would have a better chance at making it. But I'm stuck. And I know it's not good to think of yourself as stuck, but I'm like, I don't make enough to relocate my whole life. I don't have the means. I don't have the connections. I don't have none of that. And it's shit like this that just irritates me, and it eats me right in the center. And I feel like every day I'm just bleeding the fuck out and screaming at the top of my lungs, but nobody hears me. And I'm just like, when does it end? When does it change for the better? I had to let that out, because ain't nobody else gonna listen to that. Because like I've noticed many a times, if I'm not the one listening to people's sadness, depression, anger, frustration, that's the only time when they can take me. But the moment I'm feeling those things, it's, oh my gosh, you're so negative. And I've had to accept the fact that I don't have real friends. I don't have friends at all. I got associates. I got people that I socialize with and will cut off the moment they disrespect me and they rub me the wrong way too hard. But other than that, I ain't got nobody. And it just is what it is. I got God. And I have my ancestors of life who mean me well. Anyways, take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Be safe, be protected, be blessed. And if you're not those things now, I hope you are soon. Real soon. And I mean every word. Bye.